going on? Pop lovers and collectors! Lonster da Monster back with another episode of Lonster's Pop Obsession. Back with me again is my man DHeroRedMagma.
Hey.
We're showing off his collection because he's my anime expert. And today, we're going to explore what, Dante?
We're going to explore probably one of the most profitable card game animes out there, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Let's get into it. Tell me all about Yu-Gi-Oh! And these beautiful pops. I need to know.
Well,
I need to know. They need to know.
Well, Yu-Gi-Oh! Exploded in the 2000s, mainly with the card game by the same name. It's probably one of the top 3 most recognizable card games, next to Magic the Gathering and Pokemon trading card game. The show itself was beloved by everyone with such memorable characters, and thankfully they have been glorified in Funko Pop form.
Cool. They are beautiful.
Yes, most of the more iconics are the monsters, which I mainly collect, but I do have a few of the actual duelists from the show.
Show us. They're waiting. They want to see what we got.
Alright, well, first off, I'll go with my personal favorite character from the show and everybody's favorite character. Seto Kaiba.
Seto Kaiba?
Yes.
Interesting.
In the original Yu-Gi-Oh!, because that's all I have so far, Kaiba is the main rival for the protagonist Yugi. He is a very arrogant, boastful. He's also part of the company Kaiba Corp that makes the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual discs and whatnot. He's Yugi's rival, and he commands probably one of the more memorable cards in the game, the Blue Eyes White Dragon card, as his main monster of choice.
That's it?
Yeah. His design, too, is pretty cool. He has, this jacket I always liked.
What's the thing on his arm? Oh, it's on both arms.
Yeah, it's kind of like some wristbands, wrist belts, I believe.
And is he holding Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards?
Yes, he's holding a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card, which...
Oh, because it just looks
which
thick.
I'm assuming is the Blue Eyes White Dragon card.
Cool.
If I were to take a guess.
And I see here, keeping on that theme of dragons, I think I see one.
That's right. I do have the Blue Eyes White Dragon itself.
Wow.
So like I said, the Blue Eyes White Dragon is probably the most memorable Yu-Gi-Oh! Card next to the Dark Magician, which was Yugi's monster. It was also the strongest one at the time, boasting a whopping 3,000 attack points, so it was very coveted by everyone. There's numerous editions of it. I even have a few you with me that are really rare. It's changed forms, and it even in modern day Yu-Gi-Oh! Has its own deck based around it, which is quite awesome if you were an original wrong anime, Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan. It also boasts a even stronger form, the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, where it combines with 3 of them to form one big dragon.
This one's actually really nice.
Yes.
I like the detail. He's a lot bigger than I thought.
Well, in the show, the monsters kind of come to life through holograms, and in some duels, known as shadow duels, become actually real, where the damage you take is real, too. And just to further prove, I do have one of my decks. Here is one of the very own Blue Eyes White Dragon cards.
Wow. How rare is that card?
Well, as I said, there are numerous versions of the Blue Eyes White Dragon in which the design is different. I don't know how rare this one is. I do have a rarer one right here. You can tell this one is rare.
How can you tell it's rare?
It's holographic,
okay.
And the design is much different. But But Yu-Gi-Oh is a very profitable hobby where you can enter tournaments to win money if you have a good enough deck and boast the skills, or you could just sell the cards. Some of them sell for upwards to $100+.
Wow. And I'm sure there are even more expensive ones.
Oh yes, some of them are extremely rare, especially if they are in mint condition.
Cool.
All right, let's go back to another duelist. She appeared as
Duelist?
Duelists. That's what you call the people who battle against each other. They're duelists.
Okay.
This is My Valentine. Yes, it's a play on words.
Oh, I think I was looking at it and
M-A-I.
like May. It's May. It's
No,
May Valentine.
No, it's in the
French.
show.
May.
It's pronounced My Valentine.
My Valentine, cute.
My Valentine appeared in the first original Yu-Gi-Oh series because they've adapted the series so much from the original Yu-Gi-Oh, which people just refer to as Yu-Gi-Oh OG.
It's a
25th anniversary of Yu-Gi-Oh, which they recently celebrated. My Valentine she's on screen. She's told to be this really good duelist, but if you watch the show, she never wins on screen. She loses a lot of the duels. She's kind of irrelevant. Her main monsters are the Harpy ladies, which are these winged. Well, they're harpies. They're these winged beasts. They're pretty good, and her deck also got more modernfied, where it has newer cards to make it more competitive, because most of the people love the original cards and decks. And as you can see, she has her dual disc, which they later bring in during season 2 or 3, Battle City. And she's holding she's holding a card. Again, the cards aren't really marked on the other side, so you can't really see them. But so it's just left to your imagination what card she's about to play.
That's cool. That is super, super cool. Okay, this is your show.
Next up, let's go with the villain. The major villain through the Battle City arc, Yami Merrick, or Merrick. So, in the show, they explain that there are these things called the Millennium Items. Each one is unique and has its own sort of mythological power. They borrow a lot of Egyptian type lore. Like, yeah, the whole show revolves around Egypt. There's the pharaoh who lives inside Yugi's Millennium Puzzle. Merrick is the owner of the Millennium Rod, which made him somewhat evil. He also controls the Winged Dragon Ara, which they revealed is the God cards. There are 3. Slifer the Sky Dragon, the Winged Dragon Ara, and Obelisk the Tormentor. So he was one of the big figures.
He's huge.
Yeah, it's mostly the hair. Oop. Yeah, he trust me, the ones with a lot of hair usually will constantly fall over. There you go.
Okay, so we're just nope. There he is!
Yeah. So as you can see, he is clearly possessed by his evil half, which is why he has the thing on his forehead. He's very sadistic and cruel, forcing to compete in shadow games. He was ultimately defeated by the Pharaoh Yugi and banished to the Shadow Realm, or as other people like to call it, the Purple Realm.
Purple Realm.
Well, because they say it's shadowy, but the shadows look purple, so the joke became Purple Realm.
Okay.
Alright, now we're back in it to the monsters, and we're going to go with the rival to the Blue Eyes White Dragon. The Red Eyes Black Dragon. So, this is the signature card of Yugi's friend, Joey Wheeler. He won the Red Eyes during... Oh, God, what was it called? during Pegasus's tournament from Rex Raptor, defeating him. The Red Eyes is not as strong as Blue Eyes, and I always thought he looked cool, but he wasn't never as strong. He's still a very recognizable monster. Yeah, just know all the monster Funko Pops are huge, and some of them have... Blue Eyes doesn't have a balancing issue, but I find Red Eyes does. Oh. Well, he's staying on better than Merrick. But yes, he also later got a modified deck in the current card game, and I see a lot of people using him. I guess some people really did like Red Eyes more than Blue Eyes, but personally I think Blue Eyes is better. But Red Eyes is a good second in terms of dragons.
He's sweet. He's sweet. He's well made.
Mm-hmm. Very smooth feel, too.
Okay, we're almost at the end, folks.
Yep. Next up, we have a Toon. Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. So, in the show, Kaiba faces Maximilian Pegasus, who was the first Duel Kingdom, that was what the first season was called. So during Duel Kingdom, Pegasus kidnapped his brother, Mokuba, and Kaiba tried to get him back. However, Pegasus employs a unique deck of monsters that are based off cartoons, which are called the Toons. They are very durable and host a variety of abilities, one of them being they can attack your opponent directly, even if they have a monster on the field playing defense. Blue Eyes Toon Dragon was when...
Oh, he's got a book. He's on top of
Yes,
the book.
that would be Toon World, the card needed to summon the Toon monsters. So he comes with the Toon World as he's popping out of a pop-up book, is the whole gist of it. These monsters are still good even today in the games like Duel Links and Master Duels, if you play them, but the cards are very rare. They have a lot of Toon variants of most of the iconic monsters. Dark Magician, Blackluster Soldier, Barrel Dragon, and all that. They're kind of more goofy and child-friendly in design compared to the Blue Eyes is. But yes, they are pretty... I always liked the Toons because they were kind of zany and funny, which they were supposed to be.
They're cute. They're hella cute.
Well, that was the whole point of them.
Okay.
Alright, the last one I have is a pretty big guy, and he was in the first 2 episodes.
I'm gonna have to bring this
Yeah, you
back
gotta bring it back, because he's a big one. The Exodia, the Forbidden One. So,
you can't see me.
So back in the early days of Yu-Gi-Oh, to win, there were the following conditions that if you achieved either or, you win. If your opponent ran out of cards and could no longer draw, you would win automatically. If you reduced their life points to 0, you win. Exodia has the ability to cause an instant win for anyone if you collect all 5 pieces of Exodia. His head, his arms, and his legs. In your hand, you instantly win the duel. And during his first battle against Kaiba, when Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon was on the field and Yugi had no hope, he drew the Forbidden Exodia, thus granting him an instant victory.
Big and heavy.
Yeah, he's quite large. Granting him an instant victory. We never really saw much of Exodia in the original series, as he was then later gotten rid of by Weevil Underwood, who threw him off a boat. The 5 pieces of Exodia off a boat, and they got washed away. Exodia did make a comeback in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, as one of the users, Duelists, had an Exodia-based deck. Exodia is probably a recognizable. Some people run Exodia decks, which... in Master Duel, whenever I run into them, I kind of just get up and go get like a snack or a drink, because it's usually just someone playing a bunch of cards that allow them to draw cards until they draw Exodia, summon him, and get the instant win.
It shows that Egyptian influence, obviously.
Yes, the show has a very heavy Egyptian influence, and it's very nice because not a lot of shows. I think the only show that had a very heavy Egyptian influence was JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders. But yes, he's kind of like an Egyptian pharaoh being. He has chains on him.
Yeah.
And again, he grants an instant win if you gather all his pieces in your hand.
Incredible. Incredible. Well, that wraps up our episode. I want to thank Dante again. Sorry, DHero. His real name's Dante. Sorry, I spilled the beans.
Yeah, it's okay, Dad.
You're not supposed to let them know you're my son.
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
We got the same mug.
Yep. So, thank you for bringing by your collection for us to show. Obviously, look out for the shorts on all of these pops coming today. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you did appreciate it, hit that like and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you never miss another episode. Once again, I want to thank DHero. I want to thank you for tuning in. We're on our way to hitting 500 subscribers. So, let's do that. Until then, keep hunting, keep collecting, keep having fun. Have a great day, guys. Let's go play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Let's do it.